Oh, how's your day treating you?
Not too bad, mate. Just working. Work today. I'm a chippy by trade. So
Yeah, right.
Up at the bottom of this massive mountain in Mullumbimby, actually building this wharf, or kind of a deck that goes out onto a natural, like a mineral pool.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I've been a fan of you guys for bloody since you started, and I never knew you were a chippy, so there you go.
Yeah, well, I only did that after I went and did my full apprenticeship, my mature age apprenticeship, after we had a bit of a hiatus for a couple of years.
Yep.
So I've only been fully qualified for a couple of years.
Yeah,
so,
okay, cool.
But I've always wanted to be a chippy, and so I just went and fucking did it.
Nice,
I did. So
yeah, absolutely. If only music paid. Yeah, the way it could.
Yeah, well, it's too much of a gamble kind of thing, you know. Like once you start having children, you can't really rely on that, you know, and you can't do a gig every night of the week anymore.
No,
so
that's right, mate. That's right.
So the game's definitely changed. But
yeah.
Let's rip into it.
Yeah. All right. Now on that, the vinyl tour. This is what you guys have got coming up next.
Yep.
Now, first and foremost, I hope this isn't a play on words. This tour.
No. You won't be getting me. You won't be getting me up there in some vinyl. I sweat enough in denim. To a pair of jeans and a t-shirt.
That question went way better than I thought it was going to. So I'm going to leave it there. But obviously, a few years ago now, through Rare Records, you guys released your first 2 EPs put together.
Yep.
Through the awesome Rare Records. Shout out to Doug. And obviously, I'm thinking along the lines of maybe the 2 albums that you guys have done might be following suit. Would I be close to the mark there? Or?
Yeah. They've already been kind of, I think there's pre-sales and stuff have already been kind of going on, and that was the kind of thing. We always wanted to do all of it on vinyl. And we just, that was the first cab off the rank was JV 1 and 2, as you said, and then we just thought, you know, let's just do the other ones, you know. Everyone seems to love a vinyl, you know. Mate. Even if you don't have a record player, you see people hanging them up and doing stuff with them. So
exactly. And the thing is, and it's a shout out too, because I remember picking up this when you guys played 2 shows in a row. It was a few years ago now at the Triffid.
Triffid.
Yeah. So the quality of this vinyl is unreal. Like it's the thickest of thick. This Just Visiting one. It's good because like when and I've been lucky enough to get, it was a limited press and all that, and there's a real, obviously there's a nostalgia that goes to the records, and and it's great to see, I was looking back, like, you got, like, one, what do we got, the New Normal, like, man, it's coming up 20 years. Like,
yeah, I know, dude. Don't have to fucking, tell me, I'd flip out at that shit, eh? I'm like, fucking hell. Mate, just when you think you're still a bit young and then someone tells you that and you're like, no, I'm fucking old.
Yeah. You guys are the band I've seen most ever.
Wow.
Yeah, of 24 times. And,
yeah, that's awesome.
In 3 or 4 states. I saw you in Bunbury once. That was fun.
Yeah, Bunbury.
Bunbury, and the last time I actually met you, and you said the same thing, actually.
Yeah. Well, I used to love going to Bunbury. I've got a few mates in WA, so Bunbury was always a bit close to the heart.
Yeah. You guys played at the, I think you guys played at the friggin', what was it, the Showgrounds, I think it was, yeah. So.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Well, we did, I think there was that, there was Collie, there was a few others, but Bunbury was good. But
yeah, Collie, far out.
Sounds like you've been to a fair few there, mate.
Yeah, mate, I remember I saw you guys, I think it was Big Day Out, God knows how long ago, and I remember hearing about yous, and, the rest is history, so enough about me.
I'm glad you kept coming back for more, mate. That means
absolutely, mate, absolutely. So, obviously, you guys, you've got the 2 albums, you've got the 2 EPs, and you've slowly just trickled out the odd single each couple of years.
Yeah.
So where are you guys at with all that sort of stuff? Obviously, dropping sort of singles, and are you just going to keep dropping singles every now and then? Or?
Look, I think the thinking behind that was that we've still got a lot of music. Like, we've still got a lot of music that we've written back in the day, and when I say that, they're not songs. They're just kind of things that we like and we explore, and for the most part, mate, like, our lives have just dramatically kind of changed over those times that we used to be touring, and we've only got limited amount of time, I suppose, to do things.
Yeah.
So, and in saying that, well, I think, like what we're talking about before, the game's kind of changed.
Yeah.
It's like people aren't really buying. Most people aren't buying albums. They just don't buy albums. They just hear a song and then they go and download it. You know what I mean? It's like, and so, that's not to say that I don't want to, or we don't want to do another album. I feel really strongly about doing another album. I think we've got one more in us at least. But it's just a time thing, mate. It's a time thing. Children, partners, work. It's hard, So exactly. It's just life, and that's kind of, obviously those things take a preference for all of us over COG.
Of course.
And for us to do an album, I mean, it's like three perfectionists in a band. It's hard enough agreeing on things.
Yes.
Let alone kind of getting the time to kind of do it. It'd take us a year to actually try and do something like that, and we'd have to be getting paid like some kind of wage while we're doing it. Because you can't kind of, it's hard to kind of work Monday to Friday and then just go into a studio and turn on the song machine, the song making machine. It doesn't work that way. I like to be like fully immersed in it, mate. You know what I mean, and going for it. And I don't know, man. Like, I'm not saying no, but I'm saying it's definitely something I'd love to do.
Yeah.
And there's definitely enough material, and I think I do think if we did, we'd be doing it in the next couple of years. Because I definitely don't want to be one of those dudes that's like 65 saying that, oh, this is the best stuff we've ever written. You won't hear that from me. Because that's just fucking, mate. They know full well it's not the best stuff they've ever written. No.
It never is. It never is.
No. Well, that's right. It's pretty rare, eh? Pretty rare. Like, maybe I'll try and break the mold. Who knows? But,
yeah. And I hung up the boots. I was in heavy metal bands for 23 years, and I got to a point. I was like, I don't want to. I'm done. Well, I'm done for a while.
That's fine, mate, But it only takes like a little song or a little thing to kind of, every time I play live, mate. I just love that fucking feeling.
Yes.
Like I always have, and So
Well, speaking of being immersed, that's the live COG show. You guys engage like few others. And in my opinion, very biased opinion, but I'm a fan.
Been a big part of it, to go out there and treat, 20 people at fucking the Young Cherry Festival to the same as, 2,000 people at the Triffid. It's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same thing for me, like obviously you get different feelings from different crowds and stuff, but I'm going in there with the same intention.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like words of advice I'd been given when I first started off a lot of people, just go in there and fucking hammer it, like get in there and give it some curry.
Yeah, exactly, mate. And over obviously things have slowed down as far as the amount that COG's doing and all that.
Yep.
But do you find like though you're not touring as much and all that, there is a bit of legacy stuff going on. I think when people go to a COG show, they know what to expect, right? And do you feel like from those days where you're touring all the time to now, does it feel, because it's a little bit not as constant? It's like having a Coca-Cola, right? Or you have a ciggy. You know, when you don't smoke for a long time, you're just, oh, God, that's good. Does it sort of feel like that? It's sort of good to be back out doing this for a week or so and then getting back to life.
Oh, I love it, mate. I mean, as I was saying before, I've always loved playing live, and I thought that was our kind of, one of our strong suits, if you will, and it's just always been something I think COG's been good at, and people have enjoyed coming to those shows, and so. Yep. I get a great feeling when I come and play live, mate. I wish I could do it more. Like, these days, I kind of froth on my kids being able to come and see me, because none of them had really actually knew that about me, like for a while, for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, we had that tour that you were talking about with the 2 shows, and it just sold out in fucking seconds. It was really weird. It was like the band was bigger than it had ever been. Like, it was really bizarre. And then they came to us. That was their first show.
Wow.
And they were coming there just like, who the fuck are you? Like, you're the dude covered in sawdust that comes home and drinks Forex out the front. You know what I mean?
what a contrast, eh?
There's this dude. Like, why are they asking you to sign something, mate? Like, you're a loser. It was good to look cool. Good to look cool for an hour.
Yeah.
And then now I'm back to the Forex bloke out the front.
Yeah. They get both worlds. Yeah, they get both worlds.
They do get both worlds, but they appreciate it. I could see that they appreciated it. It kind of sparked a bit of, maybe a bit of more musical interest inside.
Yeah.
Inside them, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they're a great marker of time, children. I have 2 myself.
Yep.
And I remember all those years ago, I think Flynn you guys wrote Bird of Feather, and if I'm not mistaken, that is about that sort of contrast of having children.
Yeah, that's about my niece, and the kind of, trying to explain to them kind of certain things, like when you're going away, like we were away for almost like 9 months, I think we were away in the States for, and trying to explain that to a kid. Yep. Why you're going, and kind of that's, can be fucking, it can be hard, it's like, torn between the two.
Yeah.
So,
Explain.
There'll be a lot of musos in that boat.
Yep.
A lot of people,
Yeah.
What you suppose, so.
Well, I'll give you the scoop. I don't want to do this too much, because I know you're a humble dude and you're a humble bunch of guys. But that song was pretty prolific for myself and my wife, actually upping and moving to Queensland all those years ago, and we had 2 girls, 6 and 3, and I was touring around in a band. No one knew who we were. We cut an album, and I was away every weekend, and I remember hearing that song, just going, I trust this band, I trust what Flynn's saying, and you love the tunes, and you're like, you know what, it sparked a thought. It was part of the thought. And,
that's good, man.
My wife, Kat, and I, we always... Remember that song? Yeah. Well, remember that song. We still friggin' listen to it all the time. Yeah. It's never stopped. But
that's cool. Yeah. I'm glad it had an impact on it.
It's the power of music, mate. And I know some people are a bit funny with hearing that sort of stuff, but I just throw it out, and that's what it does, and that's the sort of effect that COG has had on a lot of people I know. It's like, I
was naive to that when I was younger, I think, mate. Like, I was... I'd get letters in the mail, and they were pretty in-depth letters, like a suicide kind of, or fucking, full life-changing kind of letters, and I was always, be fucking sucking a bong while I was reading it, going like, is this for real? Like, this is like, is this fucking, I can't believe this, like, but you realise that actually, people do draw a lot from music and their, their favourite bands, and it took me back a bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and Australia's got a lot of things, some good, some bad, like every country, but we have a limited selection of great bands because of the population and how friggin' hard it is to tour this country. But that makes absolute sense. That's the sort of effect that you guys have had on people, and that's why I'm going back to the legacy stuff. And it's you guys are an important part of Australian music, and for those who come and see you, we know that. And
Thank you. That's beautiful.
Yeah, and it's cool that you guys just, like, you tour every now and then. It's, oh, fuck, they're coming out. They're doing it again. Sweet. Like, you know. They're keeping going. You know.
Only my wife would understand, though.
Yeah. You got to go.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Well, it is. It's like you almost like it's a completely different life, hey? Like, I understand the dad part and the working part, and it's like, I remember those times finishing work and like, all right, the van literally parked out the back and we're going on tour, like, you know?
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. It's fucking awesome.
The best of both worlds, but mate, that's epic.
Yeah. Well, I just feel lucky and fortunate that people like yourself still come and still support us and still, you know, come and enjoy themselves at a show, you know, like, and if I can keep doing it for as long as I can keep doing it for, and people still want to come and listen to it, well, I'll come and give it to them, you know what I mean? So.
I've got a little one for you. Your brother, he blew my mind about 5-6 years ago, you know, because there's a lot of mutual friends, like we've always known Zeke from Mammal, and, you know, you know, coming from, I'm ex-Victorian, so, you know, everyone bloody down there, all the Bloodduster boy, everyone, you know, the King Parrot boys, all those guys, you know, and I just remember I befriended Flynn, and Flynn and I were talking on and off for years, and I said, oh, by the way, mate, a weird favour, I've got these 2 Just Visiting CDs, and I hadn't actually met him in person. I met yourself and Lucius in when you guys played in Bendigo back in the day. And I said to him, you know, I learnt from an old footy player, Mark Jacko Jackson. You know, the worst that someone can say is no, you know. And I messaged Flynn. I said, mate, I don't have your signature on these CDs. And he's like, well, we'll send them to me. So he did. So I did, and he bloody sent them back. I was like,
that's awesome.
What bloody band does that?
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
You know, so
you won't sign my shit. Bastard.
Yeah. Well,
he's down the road too.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, mate, this is bullshit. This is bullshit. Oh, mate. Oh, well, now, well, I'll let you go soon. I'm sure you're a very busy man with the son and all that. Or son. Yep.
2 boys, 1 girl.
2 boys, 1 girl. Cool. Now, the question I always like to ask when I get an opportunity to talk to someone like yourself, after all these years, everything you've done, what's your favourite memory, just off the top of your head? What's your favourite memory of COG?
I think there's no particular like one memory. I think it's the memory of just kind of jumping in the troop carrier, you know, out the front of Mum and Dad's house in Bondi, and you know, we'd meet there. It was kind of a ground zero, if you will, and you know, just that feeling of kind of, you know, going on the road, and you know, I miss that with because you know, we're all friends, mate. We're all, you know, well, our tour manager's, you know, he's the godfather of my children. You know what I mean? He's been my best mate. Most of the crew that we've got, you know, have been with us for the entirety of the band. That's awesome. You know, so you know, that's kind of testament to the band as well in a fucking weird way. You know, like, and it's just that, you know, I miss that feeling. You know, obviously when I do it now, it's a bit more kind of, you know, there's 3 weekends and then I go back to work in between. And it's not really the same. You know, we used to do like 30 shows in 45 days or something. You know, it was full on. And it was awesome though. You know, it was fucking super cool. Yeah. And just that, you know, friend, you know, you got no worries, no nothing, mate. It's just you and your mates in a car. Going to all those places you'd never been before, like, you know, and fucking playing music and doing what you love, and Yeah.
Excellent, mate.
A lot of free alcohol and free other things all the way.
Heaps of fun, yeah.
That's what I kind of think is my favourite for sure.
That's a cool answer, mate. Yeah, very down to earth answer. I guess nowadays it's more sparing, and you just enjoy it when you're on the road. Yeah.
I do, mate. I do. I just take it as it comes, and as I said to you before, I just feel lucky and that I can still do it, mate, and people still want to hear it. So that's big enough. That's cool enough for me. So.
Sure do. You guys are vital, mate, and it's so good that you're still playing. I know you had a bit of time off there, but we're all wrapped. I don't speak for others usually, but I will.
Yeah.
With everyone who's going to listen to this, and mate, it's a bloody
much appreciated.
No, absolute pleasure, mate. I appreciate your time, and I'll let you go.
All right, legend, Simon. Thanks a lot, mate. I'll speak to you. I'll see you at a show.
Yeah, we'll do, mate. I'll come up and say hi.
Yeah, do it.
Catch you, mate.
See you, mate.
Bye.